Bakugan Project is finally back, and in all honesty it has been for a while now. The reason for the late upload is because I was just trying to play the game to get as much new content as I could for the video. Everyone was reset for the update due to some interesting new additions to the game, but before we get into that, let's start off with the character customization. For the most part it's the same as it was before, but there's voice types that were added in at the end. This just further adds to the customization in the game, and we may see more expansions in the future. But alright, let's get into something more interesting that was added, which include new Bakugan. I believe there was a total of 24 new Bakugan added, so we got 12 new Vestroya Guardian Bakugan and 12 Trap Bakugan. With these new Bakugan, we will all be starting with one of the new Guardians for now, at least for this stage in the beta we are. So starting out is all based on luck for the most part. When I started out I didn't know which Guardian was going to be good or bad, but all your Bakugan start with random Gs. So the best option is to continue to reset your character until you get your Guardian as the highest G power, which wasn't the case with my first character I made, so I did end up re-rolling and chose Elico this time around, but this team was even worse than the previous team I had. The third time I chose Helios as my Guardian, and in all honesty I should have re-rolled this team. But I wanted to play the game and ended up getting stuck on this account. I lost my patience and just wanted to see what was new in the game, so hopefully anyone else that's new and joins the beta sees this video and commits to re-rolling for the best possible starting team. I think the worst part for me is my strongest Bakugan was Ravenoid, and that's the only one that isn't on my team anymore. But in the end I guess all of it worked out for me. So instead of re-rolling I went on with it and did what any new brawler just starting out would do, and that's challenging Akira to a battle. So starting the battle I could already see some differences and improvements. The gate cards have a cleaner, more polished look to them. There's less detail on them, but overall it looks a lot better from the previous design. But we can also see that the ability cards got new artwork and a complete revamp from the previous cards. Now I'm not gonna lie, as a Pyrus user at first I was a little skeptical about the new cards just because most of the new cards have major debuffs to them if you use them incorrectly. For example, Ring of Fire gives your Bakugan 150 Gs, but if you don't use it in battle or your opponent runs away from you and your Bakugan stays on the field, your next turn they'll lose 100 Gs, and this will continue until your Bakugan loses, wins, or returns to your hand another way. But as I got more situated with better cards, Pyrus has really become one of the best attributes to use at this point in the beta. That's also likely to change when the next update comes out because Subterra went from being the worst attribute to top 3 best in my opinion. Another thing I forgot to mention is the new Guardian Bakugan all have special abilities based on their attributes. So even if you have the same Bakugan as someone in a different attribute, your card will have a different effect than theirs. And let me just say I did a good job choosing Helios because his General Quasar card has saved me in a lot of different situations. It's basically how Leap Sting was for Laserman before the update, but instead of minus 50 Gs it's plus 50. But as for his Pyrus only ability, Maximum Quasar, I do have some issues with it. You gain 150 Gs for the rest of the battle and all your Bakugan on your team lose 75 Gs. That includes your whole team, so if you're running a 3v3 with some friends, it subtracts 75 Gs from everyone's Bakugan. So I'd only use this in a do or die situation, so for the most part it just sits in my hand now. Fighting Akira's newly buffed Juggernaut is the perfect example of what I mean when I say Maximum Quasar is a risky card to use. I was confident at the time that Akira wasn't going to be able to beat my Helios, but soon found out Juggernaut is him. I wasn't familiar with this game because you got a new card that transfers 50 Gs from your opponent to Juggernaut. I was all out of options once I used Ring of Flames and it wasn't enough. Luckily for me, I'm a trained veteran when it comes to Bakugan and wasn't going to lose to the scrub, even with his newfound abilities. My Reaper and Ravenoid made quick work of his Juggernaut and Garganoid even with the 75G debuff. It wasn't a pretty first match to start my return, but a win's a win. The next match was against Shuji, but I don't need to bore you guys with that outcome. Instead, let's get into some more new features. First on the list we got Spectra with this insane 600 Gs Helios. It should be 700 if we're keeping it accurate to the show, but I'll take the 600 over 700. Not gonna lie, I used to be scared of bro until I got some better cards. After that we got Gus standing next to him with his 500 Gs Primo Vulcan. Honestly I don't think I have any 1v1 clips with him, so eventually I'll be making a video having 1v1s with all the new NPCs. Next up we have Ace with his 450 Percival, who has the coolest ball animation in the game. I'll definitely have to show that off in the Ace video. Lastly we got Mira and our 450 G Wilda. Don't remember if I ever ran the ones with her, but I will be soon. Other than them, the other Guardian Bakugan are in the game, but no NPCs to go with them. But this also leads me to the question of when are we getting Billy in the game? Like, he's not really that important, but he's the only one missing from the Battle Brawlers game. Like, we got Tatsuya and Rikimaru, but no Billy. But besides that, I have to talk about the one thing I hate the most in the game, and that has to be the shop rotations. Like, the idea of a rotating shop isn't a bad one, but I swear the shop always has the same Bakugan and cards every time I look at it. I know the whole point is to get trading involved for the future of the game, but right now in the beta it's just a hindrance when it comes to getting new content. Because not only do you have to wait to find Bakugan you want, there's also a good chance it'll start with a lower G power than 320, and a lot of us don't have the time to level up 50 Bakugan from 260 Gs. Maybe it's not a problem for other players that don't have lives and sit in the shop all day waiting, but for me personally, I haven't enjoyed the shop experience, especially with more Bakugan and cards added. The only thing I suggest is probably add more than 7 slots to have a better rotation. It makes sense to add more, with the game adding more items to get, in my opinion. Another thing added to the shop besides new Bakugan and cards were emotes. In this new day and age, emotes are common in every game at this point, so it doesn't really harm the game's likeness, and if anything it probably adds to it. There are definitely some random emotes in the game, but we got the gritty, so that's all that matters to me. Throwing animations were also added in, and this is one of my new favorite features in the game. It adds a new element to the customization, and I was also excited to see Shun's throw animation was available for purchase, because let's be real, it's the best one. Now I know I'm hella late to this, and I'd like to apologize to everyone who watches my videos and continues to watch my videos. Honestly, a part of me wanted to never come back and do videos, but the longer I waited to do one, the less I felt like me. I love making videos for everyone to enjoy, and I'm glad I decided to come back and continue to make videos for all of you guys. I'm going to work on getting a set video upload schedule, and I'll do my best to continue making content for everyone. Next, I'm going to be doing the 1v1 videos, so I hope everyone who supports me sticks around to watch those videos as well. But that's it for this update video, so as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, comment down below what you'd like to see in the future Bakugan videos, and maybe even who you'd like to see in the future videos. And most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It'll inform you guys when I drop videos like these, so you can be the first ones to see them. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.